your first time to get your hips rubbed in public.
Yeah.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, so what we'll do is get
Sit close.
and so in terms of demonstrating how to do things, people that are pregnant are quite able in upper body skills. You know, like you can wheel your own wheels just like you did there. This chair is great because someone's got to push you around. And that's really, really good. And you can see that it's great for siblings to climb all over the place. But for you folks in the chair, Slaney to do with your injury and Fallon to do with your pregnancy, where are you looking forward to us massaging you the most?
Probably legs.
Legs? Okay. Did you say shoulders?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because we're going to do everything. So what we'll do, Christy, is we can do things where we sort of go back to back with them, but just so Peter can move around, we'll just give ourselves a little bit more room here. And Anara, you can go from chair to chair. You're up for grabs. You can help anywhere. All of what you need to know in Birthing in Good Hands will give you all the baby massage instruction. It will give you everything for symptoms of pregnancy from headaches right through. And we're just going to put that aside and start with, why don't we start with the back and we'll go further down the back. So we did the shoulders up here. We can just do that again for a refresher. How about Bruce fingertip back in? And then if you just lean forward a little bit, we're going to go down the back to the mid back. And just let your head drop down. That'll stretch your neck. We'll keep an eye on Anara. You're doing such a good job, Anara. And then I'll do a bit of rolling to Boatman for the pounding in the shoulders. How's our pressure, you guys?
You want firmer? No, I'm good.
And let's give those arms a good squeeze. And since they talked about legs and shoulders, let's focus on getting down that back. So I'll show you how to get down the back where we're going like this. We're going to scoot down as far as we can go and go right down until you can feel her lower back. So go right down until you hit the chair. Yeah. And now since you guys are not spinal cord injury folks, you can wiggle forward a little bit. Yep, there you go. And then you can lean back against us. So that gives us a way to get right down to the bottom. And then come on up. And all the way up. There we go. So when we're up to here, we can use the chair for leverage. But so Slaney doesn't flip onto the sidewalk, I can hold her secure like this with one hand. And then that way she's gonna be more relaxed. And then just work your way up. And then try switching there.
How does that feel? Is the pressure okay? Mm-hmm.
And especially down here is where you really want to lever away from that wheelchair. So you want to come right up there. Yep. So this is one back, and if you go to the other side, Pete, and take a look at what Christy's doing there with a softer back chair. And I tend to go to the side automatically when I get up here because I've got nothing to push back against, right? So I do that. If it was a higher back chair, I would get up on a stool and then go down and do that. Okay, so let's go to the parts that are going to be most, interesting for us. So we want to get at the hip here. We want to see, this is a chair that has side arms that stay glued to the chair at all times. So this one, I'm going to work to the far side. So what I would do here, I wouldn't have easy access, so I'll show easy access first. So on this side, we could go under like this, and you want to just get under there. And I think you could have a bigger shot if you get a long shot on Christy there, Pete. So we're going to go under, and it's hard getting under. I think I have to lift and push and lift and push. So find sometimes this way gets you a bit more. So try coming across to this side to get under. There you go. Yep. That's it. That's great. And you can work right up here underneath. That's good. And
Do you want me to move these things first?
no, it's good. I'm going to be able to have the same idea here. I'm going to work under, and Slaney can just put her elbows down. I call it good deodorant and chewing gum because you're right in the person's face when you're doing this. So you want to get right underneath there and work away up underneath those hips. So you're working all underneath, and I'm doing this kind of thing. So, and then the other way to do it is from the front. So I'm going to get, so I'm between Slaney's feet. I call it dirty pants because what I do is I take this foot and plant it, and that way I've got a way to get underneath. So then the knee can be pushed to the side, and then I slide this hand underneath here, and I'm then able to get underneath. So you can slip those off easily. I've only got the, but if you want to do the dirty skirt. There we go. And Honora, is that a drink that you've got there? That's very good. It's all yours. How's the pressure? You want to get on my pants too? That's really good. So then we can do two hands, Christy. So we can go one hand under, the other hand under, and work away. And sometimes people have the kind of sciatica that they just need this worked over a little bit, and then they're comfortable for a bit longer. So then go right under the back of the knee like this with the thumbs working up and under. And then we can get on the top and do all that knee work here. Yeah. Yeah. And then I go right down the front. And that tibialis anterior with the alternate thumb kneading. And it's on the far side. You got it right there. And all the way down to the ankle. That's good. And then what we do is work. That's okay. They're always done. And then you go around. So we do the thumb kneading around the ankles. And often you get a chair that has click, click, click. The legs will come up, you know, and give that kind of elevation. Or you can wheel the person onto a bench and put the legs up and then swing those out of the way, which I'll show you in a minute. So what we can do is I'm going to show you the reason that we're at the picnic benches. So I'm going to take the brakes off here, and we're going to wheel you so that you're running uphill for this. So Christy, if you, before you take off the brakes, want to help me, and we're going to lift up the legs and put them on the bench.
My legs?
Yeah.
Not the wheelchair legs.
So this is a really good way, and if you want to get and see if Fallon will hook up there,
Okay.
then you can sit down on the job, and it's a really nice feeling to be able to just work the person. So they might not be on the park bench, but you can use the park bench to be able to elevate the legs, and that would just give you ideas, even with a broken ankle, you know, that you could go down to Lakeside if someone just could maneuver around with one of these chairs. Oh, that one's not easy. Come on down here, we'll move over. We'll wiggle you. See if I can do the wiggle thing with the chair.
Oh, why don't I just...
for going up. I can get you in there.
There we go.
And Anara's still with us?
Yep.
Yay. So there you go for feet on the table. It's the right kind of manners. No elbows on the table, just feet on the bench. Great. Do you want to sit with Mom? Have your grapes. So this way you can work both legs. Say that she had more of a problem with swelling in her ankles. We could always elevate these ankles too and be able to work further down. And again, we can get sitting down, or I can straddle the bench myself and work all the way up and down. And then the one I really like is ringing. So being able to ring all the way up and down the leg. Yeah, that looks really good, Christy. Yeah. And opening it up with that C shape is great. Yay. And Nara's figured out the brakes. Very good. We'll just undo that brake. That's really good. And just flip off her flip-flops there. And we can keep on going. And I always learned, you know, when I couldn't take off the shoes of people that were often spinal cord injury folks, that even just to massage through the shoes and give them a squeeze made a difference. You could feel it. You know, it wasn't like leaving that part out. You guys are going to learn all your wheelchair massage basics.
I really like the naming
That's
of them.
very good.
Very good, the dirty dancing, I love it.
There's yeah, if you do the technique right, you get dirty pants. That's good. Dirty skirts in your department.
Yeah.
I got that mark from the wheelchair brakes. That's a good thing to boast about.
It's coming out when I get home.
Good work. Okay, so I use this intermittent digital compression going up and down that tibialis anterior. Hey, Ross. Good. Better seeing you. All the way down. Yep. That's great. What a way to pass the last 2 weeks of being pregnant, Fallon.
It's a tough life.
Nobody else is going to have this story. Yeah, we just avoided the thunderstorm by hanging out with our feet up on the bench. Okay, and then underneath, what I do is I'll take this leg, put it up. Again, it's a dirty pant thing. And being able to then work underneath like this. And I think that's actually on the page when we're doing the back of the legs. So when you're doing the massage for the back of the legs and we're lifting those legs up, we were doing that gastrocnemius work.
Splitting.
Yeah, that splitting of it. And
I think it was just before.
yeah, it's in there somewhere. I think you're right. And we've got a nice picture of coming up that back of the leg. As soon as I get this book memorized, then I'll just be able to flip through it and know exactly where I am. There's the picture of Darren and Fallon. So this is the baby number one that's sitting on her lap. Anara, that's you in the hospital. That's a picture of you right there.
Your baby.
And that's your dad and your mom holding you.
How I frame in my head if I ever start to
That is a serious concentration. But gastrocnemius, I think maybe we could even look up table of contents, right? Like what other people do. Okay, we're hot on legs. Any second now. Got the apparat. Okay, let's see if we can find it. Yeah, if I look up gastrocnemius, F-G, try in the G's. Isn't it here? I thought so.
What?
But it shows it splitting.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Maybe it's in flat feet. Maybe it's down in the foot department. I think it might have been.
Are your apples good?
You got flat feet? Nope. Because it shows us being underneath. If you go to the foot stuff, look up flat feet. Is it 19? 93. And then it's try. Yes, we found it. Okay, everybody, on page 90. I should have that memorized, eh? There we've got this coming up here, Christy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna split it up there. And that is under leg cramping. Are you getting any leg cramping for what you're doing right
night
now?
I
Found?
usually do, yeah.
So this kind of thing we should teach Darren to do. That would be good. So if he's coming tomorrow, we could emphasize the leg stuff. Okay, really work into that gastrocnemius. Really break it up. And it's this leg because of your cast and everything that could do with even more attention. So I'm just going to see if I can straddle in here. People will see that and they'll go, it's because she's tiny. She got to do that. So, but just you have the width of the chair, and then there you can even go further. And is that too rough behind your knee? So you really want to grab them up. I get a lot more power because I am small to be able to lift up into people than to push on them. I find I can get more accuracy. How's that for your legs, Fallon?
Good.
Good. Great. And you're keeping an eye on your time for when you have to go. How are we doing?
Good.
Close to 3?
It's 2:52.
2:52, that's good.
As long as I'm back at my car by like.
Right, okay, good. Okie dokie. So then what we've got is we can, the nice thing is that she can feel secure about me not screwing up anything to do with the broken ankle when the cast is on. But if we're able then to get underneath that thigh again, right down here, I just find it easier than when I'm squatting down to get under it. I actually find it good to go under here and lift up into that area. So I'm pushing up from under, probably on that side, Pete, you'll be able to get a side shot. I find with the pillow, it's actually a bit more difficult to get under there. And we can just lift right up into there. So as far as pregnancy massage goes, to make a difference with normal wheelchair massage, what do you think would be an advantage to being massaged in the wheelchair when you're pregnant, Fallon?
I have no idea. Sitting.
Just to be able to sit comfortably. And then what I do is I take this over, and then I can get underneath the hip.
Do that again.
She moved. I'll get you back. What I'm going to do is take this over, and you can just drop your hip there, and then it allows me to get under. But because I've got the screen, you can't see, I'm just being able to get there. But it's like this, Pete. I pull it towards me. So you can see there.
Let's see if I can.
Okay.
What would work, or climbing up above is good too. Standing on this table would give you some good shots.
Okay. That's okay. You can relax now.
Thanks.
On this one?
Yeah, anything even standing up. Any angles on us would be great. Thank you. How are we doing for pressure?
Good.
Yeah. How am I doing? Great. Okay, so maybe what we could do also for the camera, Christy, is get a thumb kneading on the, yeah. And they, especially having the little one in the shot there. That was nice. That's great. And Peter's shooting with film, so any stills you can get where it shows the little one in would be great. Anara, you are a big help. And I'm going around the knee. And then we could do the slice on the knee. Oh, let's ring it. That's a really good one. And is there one where you could stand on the table and look down on us? Would that be okay? And Christy, if you do the knee closest to me, then we'll both be in the shot. Does this remind me of shooting in your store how many years ago? More than 10.
Is that? Yeah.
She's getting rubbed the right way.
Yeah.
It's maternity wheelchair. It's a hybrid.
Is that good?
See you
That's
later.
perfect. Thank you. Thank you so
Pregnant.
much.
2 weeks to go. Went well. Yeah, she's feeling it pretty good. Got a little bit of stitches left and they'll dissolve. Yeah, no, it's feeling well. Yeah. See you later, Kim.
And to be able to do the hands for someone like Slaney, who's going to be pushing her own chair around, is a really good idea. Like all wheelchair people, I try and get it so that the gloves that they're wearing out, you know, like going through gloves and gloves, get that extra help underneath the mitt here.
How does that feel? Good. Is pressure okay? Yep.
Because we're going to let Slaney wheel herself home just to see if she can beat you guys.
At least it's going downhill. Is it? Yeah.
You've got a hypersensitivity on levels, but I don't.
I had to wheel it. So I realized
That's right. Christy did the 24-hour experiment. We have film to prove it. Hey, Anara, you're such an adventurer. Can I have a piece of apple? Or maybe, could I have a grape? Could I have one of your grapes? Thank you. Or a piece of apple? Could I have a piece of your apple? Thank you. Not any. Okay, so what would you folks like as favorites to finish up? We can do lower back, we could do legs, we can do arms. Oh! We have one more to do. Okay, you can sit right there while I climb out. Here we go. All right. And you can still put your feet up. Okay. I've got an eye on you, no.
Here, Nora, do you want some more? You're welcome.
Here we go. So folks, a lot of finishing touches are things that are pretty common to everybody, especially pregnant people, whether you have headaches or not. Being able to do this fingertip kneading at the temples, and especially these smiley types like we've got. Slaney and Fallon are not only smilers, they're laughers and gigglers. So going all around the fingertip kneading, just in front of the ear there, is a really great idea. Is that firm enough? Except check in with pressure like I'm not doing.
Good. Is it too firm? Nope. You want it firmer? No, I'm good.
And then I let the head lean back against me, and I'll just go like this and do the forehead working along the eyebrows. Yep. And I'm just going to turn you, Slaney, so that we're facing each other. We can do like a mirror image.
Should I
of
turn
each
her?
other. Yep. You can leave there as long as I turn.
Oh, okay.
We're turning away from you. So I'll just get you backing out. I think I'll just cut on the... There we go. Do you want to have your legs up or down? Down. Down? Okay. So that way you can see what I'm doing. So I come right off the nose like this. Yep. And right out the eyebrows themselves. And nice and curvy. That's good. And then here, the lower aspect of the face is also coming up. Starting right in the center. So you're overlapping.
How's the pressure? Good.
And a little bit more so that one's here, and you lift up. Yep. And instead of the tips, it's more of a flat, long fingered stroke. That's better. And sweeping up a little longer and higher, that's better. Yep. And this is just running along the chin line, not so far down the throat. That's better. Yep. And then up you go. Then you can start on either side of the nose, and you're coming up. Round. How are you doing, Slaney?
Good. How about you?
It's the Kootenai Co-op facial. And then I work with my fingertips here.
Yep.
These smiley ones. There we go. Nice work. And then, not to mess their hairdo, you go like this. And yeah, how's that?
Good.
Let me know if I do any pulling.
How does that feel? Good.
Some of the old-fashioned wheelchairs will tip back, and so you can have the person more flat. And the older ones also elevate nicely, and you can really lie the person right down to stretch out, which I really think is an advantage. And claw-like, you got it. Oh, good idea, going around the back. I put one hand here, and then the back hand, and you can just let your chin drop right down there. Good. And am I firm enough?
Mm-hmm.
Should I be firmer?
You could be.
Be sure and ask the right question, because if I didn't say should I be firmer, I would think I was doing a great job. But you want to find out just that little bit of adjustment makes a big difference.
Good.
And then come to the other side, and one hand here, and grip. We'll do the bump.
How's the pressure? Good.
Hey, Anara,
Nope. It's good. Firm.
can I have a piece of apple? Thank you. Okay, now you folks have last call. Would you like more scalp work, jaw work, facial contour work,
I'll take neck.
neck?
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
So let's go. With this one, come all around here, Pete, because we're going to do a digital compression. So we're going to walk and do that stride position. And it's really important to get a side view of our posture,
Can't see mine.
because we lean onto that front leg. So as long as that front leg is bent and the back leg is pushing, and then all of the effort goes onto our arm, especially if we extend the arms and do a locked elbow. Then we've got all sorts of power in behind there. Anara, come on up here in the front. Come on. Good girl. Good girl.
How does that feel?
Good.
Is it too hard? Would you like the pressure lighter?
I'm a little firmer.
So that just means get more on your tip, Christy. As long as you're on your tip, you should be good. How am I doing, Slaney? Good. There we go. And if I go into the shoulders and down and then up into the neck area, I slow it down. Like right when I start coming up here, I make sure I don't get a vice grip on their throat. That's not a really great idea. And then when I get up to the very top, that occipital ridge has all of the attachments. I really linger up there. So I'll go, and then I can get an idea if they want me to go out to the edge here or be more in the center.
Show that again.
So we're gonna go up in the center here. We're gonna push up towards that occipital ridge all the way along to the mastoid process and then back again. So we're gonna go nice and slow and let us know whereabouts we should stop. As we go along that occipital ridge, just let us know where you'd like us to spend more time.
In a bit. Do you want me to go down, upper?
I think there is good.
Right here, and you're right there.
That was a direct dial high.
That was so cute.
I think she recognized her from the way in.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Oh, you're getting the wave. You guys. Nora, that was good. You waved. Yep, she waved at you. And whereabouts should I stop, Slaney?
You were pretty much just there.
Right in the middle here? Okay, and what about you, Fallon?
Right where she is right now.
Okay, you got it. So their quest line is still open. You can keep those suggestions and feedback coming. A little bit lower too? Okay, thank you. And as long as the person on the receiving end is giving you that kind of feedback, you can't go wrong. The mistake is not to ask or not to have somebody who's going to fess up. Yeah. So it's really important to get that feedback. And then you can put it right back in the chair and we'll check. And that was just under an hour for being able to do a massage. Does it feel like we left out anything? Because that's a trick question. Because we left out tummies. So I'm just going to show a quickie on what to do with tummies. And I'll pick the pregnant tummy. Yeah. And I'll just do-si-do here. So when you're working in a wheelchair situation, you can be dead on like this, or you can come to the side, which we'll show with Christy. But it's right here that people often feel like they can't breathe because it's like so much baby in the way. And this baby is still doing pretty good letting you breathe.
Yeah.
Because we had problems breathing with number one.
We did.
But under here, we're going to work all the way down. So I'm feeling for Fallon's ribs along here. And the really great one is where I'm going to the back. So I take this stride position and I'm going back like I'm giving her a big hug. So I'm working my way back here and then I'm pulling back this way. So I'm working down into the lower back there. And sometimes I can touch in the middle, but I get right down there and then I'm pulling up. So I'm not squishing here, but I'm just pulling up the sides. But there's something about this side stroke. Try it on Slaney. It's really a neat feeling. Excuse me, are you pregnant?
Yeah, I've been meaning to get in touch with you and Cash Kids.
Hi, right?
Yeah.
We're down one pregnant person for tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know if you would be available,
That's easy.
but we'd love to have another pregnant person, and the same with Sunday. We're just finishing up for 1 minute here with the camera rolling.
Okay,
I'll tell you
sure.
that.
Yeah, I'll wait.
So coming around the sides is a really, isn't that a nice feeling? That lift.
Push, but yet not push.
And you can also do like the rib raking at the same time. So you can get that rib raking, and those intercostals really appreciate it when the baby's using up so much push time. There we go. And then if Fallon had digestive problems, it would be mostly constipation, and it would be on the side that has the descending colon. So if you folks put your fingers on your right hand side, then that's down there that we start. Then it goes up and across and down this side. So this side is where you get bunged up. Okay, so you can work all in there. And just with people who have spinal cord injuries, you just, I mean, it is like right in the front of them and everything, but it really is easy to work in the side there. And that descending colon is really good. When is your due date?
September 21st.
Oh, neat. That's great. And then once we get down there, you can really wiggle. That's great. Good, 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 good. And then, again, we would go back and do just a light reflex stroking like that, coming around the front.
No, just felt my belly jiggling in the camera.
It's called Belly Jiggling 101.
I'm not pregnant.
So the way we do that, we can do it one more time. So you go like this, and then you do it. There you go. Better, eh? Okay, we got the tactile girdle on. Because this is the whiz person. I'm going to let you get in there, Pete, so you can get an idea how to really do that. And I'm just going to show it from, sorry, Anara, show it from the side here. So I can get in at the side and work like that.
No.
And all the way down. So what would be the last thing we do, big hint about hips, that would aid the digestion? The leg pumping. So that's the kind of thing that we can do where we're going to lift the legs and pump them and do that sort of thing. So you'll find that in the full body massage. We'll do that. And then just a light reflex stroking to finish. So we're going to just wind around your tummy there. And really, really light.
We're
You're
not gonna
doing
move
very
yet,
good. Very good.
We just have to wait.
Okay, so I think I've got brakes on you, so you're okay for a minute. Yep, we got brakes everywhere.
Yeah, I got brakes.
Great. So everybody, remember that wheelchairs are a real advantage for anybody who's pregnant in the last trimester, and especially the last few weeks. You can go for longer dog walks, you can go for nice picnics, and even in the winter time, it's still easier to go to the movies if you've got a wheelchair to wheel you in and out and no strain on the back. So keep that in mind. It's a hybrid of wheelchair massage. Usually we think of geriatric, we think of palliative, or we think of spinal cord injury, but think pregnant. And that will definitely change your point of view and give you way more landscapes to wheel along. Thank you, Fallon. Thanks, Anna.
Christine, can you tell us about your book?
Oh, yeah. I always forget. And Birthing in Good Hands is going to have everything here from babies. Oh, thank you. Hey, Rachel. Oh, thank you. You get extra apples to go with the book. This is the kind of thing that's available on Amazon and Google something or other. And Apple, you can order it everywhere and anywhere. Kobo and what are the other bows? Kimbo? Kimber? Kobo? I gotta memorize this.
Kindle?
letter. Kindle, thank you.
That's it, yeah.
But Amazon has it easy. So look it up, Birthing in
We're
Good
gonna move
Hands.
in a minute, Monkey, okay?
Thanks, Pete, for remembering. Okay, so we can go back home just as good.
It's a nice book, huh?